Group number 5. All right, so don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell, and let's get into the reading. So, let's find out why you clicked on this reading today. Why? But before we do, let's roll the cube. This is a thinking cube, and this is how you need to apply thinking to this reading today. You're needing to evaluate the following, and these are the questions you need to keep in mind. What are the various opinions, and which do you feel is most important? So you need to use your discretion here and apply what's important and applies to you, and what's not important and doesn't apply to you. You need to evaluate the evidence. So what is the evidence is there to support this issue, idea, concept, or principle? So what is the evidence, right? Evidence to support the issue, the idea, the concept, and the principle. Okay. Next question. What can you interpret from all of this information? What criteria could you use this for, and how can you assess it? All right. Those are your questions. Let's do the reading. Evaluate the reading. All right. So we've got Wombat energy here. The Wombat's appearing in your reading today. And it's talking about inner child. Your inner child. Or your child. And I like to pull 2 oracle cards, so one representing the light and one representing the dark, because we always need to balance positive and negative. Number 32, so this is mind, body, spirit, and you're balancing that. And sometimes she changes. He or she changes. So the inner eternal child is always evolving under the divine direction. So that's so cute. I love that wombat. So cute. I don't know, do you love animals? Maybe you need to love your inner child more. Because the energy I'm getting is really giving your inner child a hug right now. Okay, so let's have a look. I'm going to start up the top here. So 2 of Swords. I'm actually doing this reading standing up today, so I'm going to come a little bit closer so we can get a little more intimate. Okay. God, Lord of all virtues. So this is talking about breaking the cycle, lifting opposing barriers, and bringing victory. So when you remove all barriers, you stand in your victory. So breaking the cycle is a tough one. So this breaking the cycle is like whatever cycle you need to break. It could be generational cycles. It could be just something as simple as something. When I talk about generational cycles, I'm talking about great grandma used to do this thing, and then grandma started doing this thing, and then my uncle started doing the same thing, and then I started doing the same thing. So, but you might not be aware of it because it's something that happens later in life that we're genetically inclined to start doing. So being aware of what cycles we're needing to break, especially if they're inherited, intergenerational, or maybe just learned values that we've picked up along the way, either from school, either from friends, from family, or from in passing random things from strangers. So breaking the cycle means that it's like you're having to break something that you strongly believe in, or if you didn't know you believed in it, something that you're doing. So you're having to break whatever you're doing out of its cycle, because victory is the outcome of this reading. All right, and sometimes the inner child changes, right? That makes me think the inner child never changes, because when we become adults, we forget about the inner child. How much have you changed away from your inner child? Well, let's talk about life and death. Sitting in Scorpio, house number 8, so the infinite of life and death, the ebb and flow of life, giving and taking and receiving and guiding. So 3 of Swords is like, I'm going to take this as 3 aspects. You've taken you've taken some sort of some penalty for your life, which means, or in saying, you're living with some sort of or perceived by others, you're living with some sort of inadequacy. 2, you've taken a stab with regards to self-sacrifice, so taking up opportunities or doing the things that no one else wants to do. And 3, the 3rd sword may represent something like the need for you to revert back to yourself. Seems like for others that you've changed, but you really were changing for them for the due course of when it served. So we need to come back into manifesting our inner child and bringing that little inner child to light, so we can begin our journey as the Fool. In the tarot, it's the number 0, the first step to enlightenment, the first step to taking the step to finding who you are, to understanding why these things are happening in life, and do they keep replaying? Did they keep replaying in mum's life? Did they keep replaying in dad's life? Is my sister doing the same thing? What about my cousin brother over there? You know, acknowledging and being aware. So when we believe, we can release. When we talk about release, it's 1 and 3, so you and 3 things. So I think the key number here, even though this is group number 5, 3 energy is prominent towards the beginning. So you're needing to adopt or strategize on 3. Something needs to end, some part of you needs to transform, and something needs to be set free. So believe that the Wheel of Fortune sitting over here, this is Pisces house, so this is your subconscious and spirituality. You've got Wheel of Fortune sitting there, golden crown. So you know what you need to let go, and in this sense sometimes it's only 1, but this time it's 3, because when we let go of all of these pains were taking up all the baggage and the room for your abundance to come through. So the Wheel of Fortune is ending those cycles. And you know what? You're not going to have to let go anything of other than the memory, like the pain. I'm talking about the pain. You can still tap into the fact that you remember, but you don't have to hold on to that pain when you're tapping into that memory. Because when we've made peace with our memories, our experiences and our decisions, we're able to park it. And then later in life we can reassess whether we still agree with that. That's part of your belief about yourself and your experiences. Our experiences and our beliefs are limitless, so it's up to you the way you choose to view things. So I looked at the Fool card here in Capricorn house, so this is 10, career and status. Opposing the Lovers sitting over in your Cancer house. Fool for love. By being the Fool, you're attracting love, and in the middle becomes emotions, relationships and intuition. So it could very well be that when you let go of those 3 things, and I just mean be okay with what happened, illusion, dependency and materialism. So When we let go of past thoughts, past things and experiences that no longer serve us, that live in our ego, we can unveil the illusions, and we're no longer dependent on external nourishers caused by the ego, of course. You know, having that friend around because they make me feel hotter, or having my mentor around because they help me think clearer, but I don't align with their goals. Or, you know, only linking with someone on Facebook because of their status and you're wanting the same, so you're using them to tag team materialism. But when you're being your authentic self and stepping into that full journey, that first leap of faith, no one can take your authenticity away from you, because it's so authentic, it's coming from you. And if you're tapped into spirit, then no one else really knows. It's up to you to produce. It's up to you to see it through. You know, introspection, self-discovery, and mentorship. That's the strength you need, and the shadow self. So, you know, wow, the hermit and diving into the shadow requires strength. Like if you're wanting to face all those things that you don't like, say this person's presenting to me in the workplace and they're doing these common personality traits that I just cannot gel with, that's the universe presenting to you a deflection of your shadow self. Therefore, you're fighting your shadow self if you're retreating from that energy and saying, oh, I can't talk to him, I can't talk to her because they're so up in their ego. Well, you maybe need to think about that the universe is projecting this scenario to you now in another aspect of your life, because you're treating someone else as such in other aspects. So when we see negative things portrayed to us, we need to reflect on where we might be acting those aspects out in other parts of our life that we might not be aware of. So shadow self is some deep, heavy work. I think so Libra, you're needing to balance your emotions and what you think's worthy of protecting. So I'm getting a home vibe here for the crayfish. Worth protecting something in your home and also in your subconscious space. So you might be harboring on something that you know, wow, that gives you know that something in your subconscious mind is worth a lot of value for the world. Not only does it bring you fortune, spirit saying, yeah, but that's not part of the outcome here. That's not why we're doing this job. So the Four of Cups is protection around your foundations with regard to home space. And there's also some very much igniting and fiery energy when it talks about initiating and ending, breaking the cycle. There's something you're doing about uncovering the treasures of your hidden heart. So it says a rich bounty awaits. Whoa. Gosh, I don't know, like if this is you, I'd be tapping into my inner child and doing my shadow work as long as I have the support and needs around me to do this. Oh my goodness. Okay. And sometimes he or sometimes she changes. We just had the strength card before, so that was like double confirmation. Wow. You know what? I just want to say, if you've been hiding your inner child, I'm going to swear right now, so if you do have kitties around, cover their ears. Why the fuck have you been hiding from yourself? Like there is brilliance within you. You've got the High Priestess here in your Aries energy. So this is self. This is you acknowledging your self-worth in the High Priestess energy. Like that was intuition, self-discovery and mentorship. Are you freaking joking? Like, wow. She's like surrendering to the universe. Compassionate, understanding and trustworthy. So there's a young youthful energy coming over in your Virgo house, which is in work. So Someone's coming in who's going to help you reflect and self-evaluate and rebirth yourself, rebirth this energy, help you take that first step. You're thinking about it, but you haven't taken the leap. There's Scorpion energy here with regards to communication and high intuition, sitting in the Aquarius house, so social life with regard to Scorpio energy. So you're needing to transform or translate something to do with your social life. There's something you need to tap into intuitively to communicate, to relocate information or redirect information. This comes in with this energy of like, oh, you've changed, so people perceiving you a certain way, and then you stand up all of a sudden and start talking and saying, hey, this is how I feel about this. People are like, oh, you've changed. Investments, assessments, and patience. Balance is coming. Just surrender to the divine and deal with your emotions, because celebration is coming. Be mindful to not stay in that Four of Cups energy. So even though there feels like protection and blessings around your home space, there's also your home space is causing you a bit of distraction and self-absorption and discontentment. So what you're needing to do is find contentment in some sort of luxury space by yourself. So maybe that means going somewhere else, and then setting vision and intention on your goals so you're able to expand accordingly. So after all, we always have a tower moment, especially I mentioned the Scorpion energy there. Redeveloping and reinventing yourself, something has to come down, especially with the swords over here. I was getting that tower energy about transformation and taking those knives at your back for those 3 different situations: realization, life change, and liberation. Alright, so the loving giving psychic helps you with endings, recovery, and get freedom, and relieve you from disappointment, regret, and work on forgiveness with a sensitive, open heart, and use your intuition and awareness to move forward in life situations that you're aware that brings caution to consequences. Justice is here, so fairness, the law, and karma. Nine of Pentacles in your possessions, so you're feeling quite happy, or will be soon, because you're balancing yourself, your spirituality, with a new relationship coming in, and you're nurturing that inner child. You've got abundant energy in your possessions. So however that plays out for you, whether that's a pay rise at work because you're taking a new leap of faith with a new project, or taking on a new goal, or taking up that new role, or you're finally stepping out on your own into your own business, like whatever you're working on, there's good fortune and good outcomes. There's closing of the old and bringing in the new, hence this young energy here. So this new person who's coming in is quite opposite to your inner child, although they have a childlike nature with this Knight energy. This person is good and adequate to your liking for family, love, and blessings. So they do fill your 10 of Cups. Each of those cups that you need filled, they filled them for you, or they tick all your boxes, so to speak. Wow, this person's like running at you with confidence, passion, and they're wanting adventure, searching empowerment and fulfillment. So you're walking towards ending the world cycles, because accomplishment, celebration, and achievements are here. And you know what? Sometimes we change for the better. So let's look into this. All right, so number 32, and sometimes she changes. All right. We are not always the same person. We are ourselves, yet all of ourselves cannot be simultaneously expressed. We shift and change, bend and shape ourselves to people, situations, and we are sculpted to, by time, the elements, the energy, and the soul's journey. Sometimes it's best to understand that we are changing creatures, evolving in response to our own needs, evolving in response to our own destinies, and evolving in response to our own environments. We evolve, and we also become and are able to find those safe spaces where we can reveal those parts of ourselves that others found impossible. Impossible to believe in, impossible to comprehend, and even impossible to even dare to love. Not all of us, or ourselves, or anyone for that matter, are as others would have to be without us and the situations. So to be entirely ourselves, like this solitary witch or human, we must find heaven without or within, in which we can transform. So that's Scorpion energy. During her bathing ritual, the solitary witch has connected with her mere self. To others she seems weird, inhuman, or unrealistic, but she feels that she is home. Make peace inside and outside of you, where no others will judge you, and where you learn not to judge yourself, where you accept the mysteries of who you are and who you may become. We are evolving creatures of mystery, and you once were is no longer who you are today. You are always changing, flowing through forms, reshaping the self you have created in your image. Be your own creation. Allow the unacceptable parts of yourself to find a home. From within them is pure and deep magic. So the meaning, private ritual that reveals aspect of self you may be feeling unaware of. Find the element part of yourself through immersion in the element. Complete self-love, acceptance and acknowledgement, observation and acceptance of new aspects to you of the self, validation through the true seeing of yourself, feeling completely free to be thyself that others may not wish to see or validate even existing. Understanding that form is illusionary and can be shaped and changed. Deeper connection with sensuality, a desire to move beyond restrictions. I always read the reverse of each card because it's relevant. Feeling change but limiting is in its expression. Being unsure of whether to change what you desire is a positive. A restriction or a rejection of mystery aspects of the self. Not allowing the time to contemplate or to feel into who you are becoming. Being conscious of the ways you have limited yourself to please others or satisfying their expectations. Rejection of your sensuality, ambivalence regarding sensual pleasure, and your worthiness to enjoy adventurous satisfaction. All right, let's read. Let's read for the Wombat, the inner child. All right, so the meaning of the Wombat card, I'll just bring it up a little bit closer. So, stability, groundness, underestimation, underevaluation, family, playfulness, misunderstandings, creating your world, self-trust, and structure. So, do you feel misunderstood by your family? Or do you misunderstood by anyone around you? It is time to educate people as to who you really are. Wombat energy connects you with talents, strengths, and wisdom that are often overlooked. It is time to you, whether you show this side of yourself, and you may want it to stay in the shadows as long as you can, as this has been your comfort zone. Wow. Wombat's appearance encourages you to reveal the truth. Ooh. Wombat wants you to have faith and to trust in yourself. Believe in your unique talents and know everything you need is within you. So you may find you need to borrow inward to find it outward. Wombats also remind you how to play and reconnect with your inner child. Have some fun, as this is the key to slowing down and relaxing. It will also assist you in keeping you grounded. Wombats with the flow and never give up. Wombats go with the flow and never give up. Trusting is your process, and having the patience is your key to success. So call on the Wombat energy for your help communicating your inner truth. Call on the Wombat energy when you have trouble believing in yourself. Call on the Wombat energy to reconnect with your inner child. So the advice is trust in yourself and never give up. Chakra is for the throat, and the color is blue, speaks of communication. The mantra, I trust the process of life. I am confident and embrace my truth. Let's say it again together. I trust the process of life. I am confident and embrace my truth. All right, one more time so we mean it. I trust the process of life. I am confident and embrace my truth. Embrace your inner child, that Wombat energy. Well, wow. Okay. So I did want to talk about celebration, walk your truth as the celestial teacher, because this is a new chapter for you to shine and you awaken to your sacred journey. Your intuition is now connected to the cosmic, and be still and be fearless while you live in your compassion. Don't be afraid to let go of the worlds within you, because integrity and choices are part of Mother Earth. So communicate your unconditional love through mirrored souls, because you are the free spirit to move forward and transform. So don't be afraid to take time out and be patient and hope for gratitude. So just to wrap things up, I love this, that energy. That's super cute. So yeah, dive into your inner child. I'm going to start exploring some other things for you to start connecting to, or even just thinking about, considering or just understanding the concept of what that network or that company or that ideology is talking about, and find ways to apply that into your readings today. Yeah, so don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my readings. So little inner child wombats, it's okay to change, and I really love this energy, and I will see you next time and any of the other readings. Remember to take care of yourself, put yourself first, and build good foundations and people around you so that you can set yourself up for success. All right, bye.